Yeah, I mean, I've been called dumb once or twice in my life.
Let's do this thing.
Once or twice.
Maybe you gotta update that.
I've been
Like
called dumb.
47,342, and then 47,344.
I've been called dumb so many times. I'm not even sure I like
Are
the
we
name of
just
the
gonna
show
have to?
anymore.
Are we just gonna have to like make it like McDonald's, like billions and billions of idiots? Sad.
That's a pretty good idea, actually. That's a pretty good idea. All right, guys, welcome to the show. I'm Nick,
I'm Kevin.
allegedly, and we're the Two Dumb Idiots. #1 trending podcast on Twitch. Is that confirmed?
It is. It's been said.
That's good enough for me.
It's good enough for Yelp. It's good enough for us.
That's right.
If somebody can just is allowed to just say things.
Then we have somebody in quotes saying this is the #1 podcast.
Yep.
Welcome to the show, guys. If you've never been a part of the show before, appreciate you giving it a shot. Today, as always, we have some really fun stories for you guys. We like to dig in and find the stuff that people are not talking about. So no Trump, no COVID, and you know, no garbage, no politics, man. We just get to the fun stuff. All right.
Yeah. So nothing but sad, sappy stories, wedding videos,
Obituaries.
yeah, people, military families coming home, surprises.
You will cry your way through this show if we have anything to do with it. No, no, we just try to find you stuff that maybe not everybody's talking about. So we have a grab bag full of fun stuff for you guys today. We have some games. Now, if you guys don't know, today is the start of the NFL. I was on the phone with Roger Goodell, as quoted, and he was worried that this was going to overlap our show and the NFL, so they pushed it back. They are not till 5:20. So you guys,
You're welcome, guys.
yeah, you're welcome. So you can watch this whole show as soon as it's done at 5:15 or 5:18. You guys can go hit watch the football. DJ, what's up, buddy? Welcome to the chat, man. Appreciate you tuning in. As always, you're a boss. Your artwork's badass. But let's get into it, man. You got any shout-outs today?
Nah, not today.
Fantastic.
I'm gonna shout myself out for being awesome.
Hey, I'm going to shout you out too, buddy. You're a technical genius, and I appreciate it. I'm going to shout out my aunt. She's a follower of the show, and she got me this badass Twitch little pin here. So
Yeah.
we're going to shout out Twitch, and we're going to keep
Just
it.
to let them know that we affiliate with the Twitch.
That's right. So if Twitch
We
ever
are affiliates.
if they look in, they're like, man, this guy's even wearing our stuff. It's like, that's not an Under Armour shirt. That's a Twitch band.
Yeah, man.
Uh,
That's one off right there.
That's right. That's a really expensive shirt.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's get in here. We actually have some, we always like to start positive. If you guys know the show, we do like to start on a good note. We like to get you guys some fun stories to start off with. And this is breaking news. We're going to cut right live to an actual reaction shot here. This is the audience who just found out that the Kardashians are canceled! Let's do it, baby. Here we go. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, what's up, bud? Let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah. All right, here we go. Yeah, the crowd's going crazy. Yeah. People are screaming.
Point Park's in the house.
Point Park in the house. Who's the Point Park in? But Conzo, what's up, Peter? Welcome to the chat, man. Appreciate you tuning in, brother. Like we said, the Kardashians are down. They're not here anymore. Apparently, they had 20 seasons. Is that right?
20 seasons is what they said. I don't know what constitutes a season.
Yeah, I don't know if it's.
I don't know if that's like every time one of them gets plastic surgery, that's a new season.
We don't know.
I don't know what their qualifying factor for that is.
A new boyfriend.
Yeah, I don't know if. Yeah, I don't know if it's every. Yeah, exactly. I don't know if it's every DUI they get. Who knows?
New rapper they're dating. Right.
Yeah.
But the show's over. I asked Lamb off air if he'd ever seen an episode. He said he thinks he's seen a clip, but that's it. It's unbelievable something that popular. I mean, you have literally never, ever seen an episode of. Ever. I've never seen one episode, not a clip, nothing.
For some reason, I don't think we're their demographic.
I 100% agree with you. I don't care about just rich people for no reason. I don't care about drama shows like that.
And they're not even rich because they did anything.
No.
One lady's rich because she married a dude who was OJ's lawyer, and then he died, and she got some money.
That's it. That's the whole story.
I think she was a model, maybe, had some money on her own. But
I will say
that's about
this. The closest I've gotten, I'm not even going to say closest, this is actually dead on. The most I've been into a reality show was back in the day when they had like the MTV and I think they probably still do it. They're like battling it out.
Oh yeah, Road Rules
Oh,
and Road.
yeah,
Yeah, those.
yeah.
Any like a challenge reality show.
Who watched
I'm
that?
interested.
Who watched that? Well,
Real
yeah,
World, wasn't it? Real World versus Road
yeah.
Rules.
I did watch Next too, and they were getting rid of people.
Oh yeah,
I did watch
what was the bus one?
the Room Raiders or whatever that was.
Yeah.
They were always blacklighting your sheets.
Yeah,
you know?
you're like, no!
Even though you knew they were coming, I don't know why you didn't change your sheets. Like it's not
I
like
know.
they
Like,
always come
It's my mom's fault. She didn't do my laundry.
show up and take you in a van, like,
Yeah.
and they were always super well dressed and their hair was done, like they had no idea.
Weird.
Weird. Yeah, I was watching that. Real World. Yes, what I'm talking about. Malcolm, welcome in the chat, man. Appreciate that. Yeah.
And Malk, if you can keep an eye on the folks.
Oh, yeah, that's true, Malk. We are short our moderator today, Malk. So if anybody gets reckless, if people come in here and start trolling, slap that band hammer and kick them out. So we had to start today with the bashing the Kardashians. I thought it was great. I thought it was hilarious that of all times, actually, to be honest with you, they're always famous, and they got people that, I mean, their one girl is close to being a billionaire. I mean, Kardashians, Kanye West.
Kim's got to be close too.
Right, she's running for her husband.
Apparently,
kind of running for president.
Yeah, apparently she's studying to be a lawyer, though. I did hear that. Kim
Oh, very cool.
Kardashian.
And she's gonna do something cool with it, right?
She's
Yeah.
like really into some people that are getting kind of the shaft there.
And yeah, she's gonna
So
try
I'm
to get.
hoping she's realized like there's more to it than just being famous,
Right.
And she wants to do some good.
I do. I respect it. She actually.
If she turns herself around, I'll give her all the credit in the
I'm gonna
world.
be completely blunt. Every time she discusses Kanye West publicly, she actually does a really nice job of not bashing him, showing her support, and doing it in a way that I actually think comes off really classy. So if she's going to try and take herself, get a lawyer degree, and then go after people that were wrongly put in jail and persecuted,
We'll have her on the show.
We will have her on the show. That's right. All right, let's start. Let's
Do
jump
something good, get on the show.
That's right. Let's get into another good story as far as positive things go. Lamb, this is your story, so I'm going to let you drop and Bob.
So boom, right here, just something fun.
Yeah, it's a little fun.
Apparently, in Georgia, a goat climbed into a police car and was eating a bunch of paperwork. So maybe there's some people getting off some tickets there because a goat ate your paperwork, and then headbutted an officer.
Gotta respect this goat. He's
No, nobody was injured. That's why this is a funny joke. It's not, the goat didn't injure the officer or anything like that.
Yeah.
Apparently,
wasn't part
there's
of a protest.
Yeah, wasn't there, but like was there of his own volition.
right.
Wasn't under duress. Didn't get tased. Nothing happened to him with the goat. Apparently, there is body cam footage of this goat being like lured out or trying to be lured out of this police cruiser.
Love it. I love it. I actually, it's like the most common excuse you ever gave your teacher was, dog ate my paperwork. This guy legit has to go into his boss and show
Yeah.
footage and be like,
Yeah,
yo, this goat ate my shit. You're like, nah, I don't think
How
so.
many tickets did you write this week?
Oh, like 25, dude. But they
Nah.
It's just-
Goat ate them all, I swear. But you actually have video proof, which is kind of fun.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that thoroughly.
Super Troopers, man. That's all I can think of.
Yeah,
How many tickets you
exactly.
rate this week? I don't have my figures here. 3.
Can't make him speed.
Try high.
Hey,
Hey,
there we go.
Cool ass goat.
Yeah, exactly.
DJ, of all people, actually, to be honest with you, when he told me the story, I thought of you because I was like, there are some people out there that just anytime the cops take shit, they're all on board. I know
Really
you're-
appreciating this goat.
I do. I love it. All right. That's fantastic. All right. So let's get in. Like I said, man, we know that a lot of you guys are going to be football fans, and we know that right around 5-10, you guys are going to disappear.
It was the deal we had to make with the Goodell.
Yeah, I
so.
said, look, Goodell, bro. This is actually what I said to him. I said, Goodell, baby. I said,
buddy, booby.
booby. I say, come on, bud. Let me push it to 520. What are you doing to me here?
What's it
Come on.
cost you? 10 minutes?
Come on, dude. Now, I'll tell you, I will say this. We joke a lot off air about how the NBA has this really lenient start time. They'll
Yeah,
say,
we'll
like,
say an interesting arrangement with
the
the
TV people.
with the clock.
Yeah, that's right. If you've ever watched an NBA game and it says it starts at 6, you could turn in at 6 and you weren't even sure you're on the right channel. They're not showing any basketball. They're not doing anything. It's not till like 6:35.
Yeah, the janitor's out there like
Yeah.
nailing the floor down still.
LeBron's powder in his hands. People are dancing. It's never basketball. NFL, however, the one thing you can say about the NFL is they are punctual. I'm saying if you click to every single game on a Sunday at 1:05 Eastern, that ball is kick. It's
If,
just
if
one
you
after
put it
the
on
next.
like Red Zone, they'll just show you
Boom,
like
right after
7 kicks all within 30 seconds of each other.
So that being said, we will get off here early for you guys so you guys can check that football game. All right, let's get into our first story today. We promise we will keep it light, but the story was interesting. The story doesn't sound that light. It doesn't sound like something that you would laugh about, but it is interesting. So I read an article the other day, and I'm going to pull the article up so I can not just, hey, Rick's in here, go Steelers. I can't support that, but I can support you supporting a team because you're from Pittsburgh, so that's slightly different. If you're from there, you can wherever team. You can be a Patriots fan if you're from there. I don't care, you know what I mean?
I'm still not going to be happy with the team.
Maybe not like you a little bit internally.
Yeah, maybe just judge you as a person
That's right. Maybe just
on the
hate
poor
you.
choices in life you make.
Cut your
such as
tire, egg your house, whatever. So
Speaking of Poor choices.
Speaking of poor choices, go football team. That's right, the Redskins. Go football team, baby. That's pretty funny, actually.
Go Washington football team.
Go Washington football team. That's right. Thanks, Chad. Thanks for rubbing it in my face that I don't even have a fucking mascot.
Whatever. At least it's not the Steelers mascot. You remember that?
No.
There were. This was like 15, 20 years ago. It was like 2 seasons long. They had Steely McBeam.
Oh my! Please, if
Rick, confirm.
Katie, somebody in the chat that's a Steelers fan, Steely McBeam.
Yeah, it was an I-beam with eyeballs on it.
Okay, I'm gonna say that sounds awful, but I don't think it's as awful as the butter or the what were they called the. They had like these bumblebee jerseys they were rocking, and they looked like jail jerseys. They were like
it
striped,
just had like a circle with a number on it.
I was like, you got
Looked hand stitched.
legitimately. There's no way they're winning
Like
that
a
game.
sweater.
Yeah, that's right. Ragu, welcome to the chat, Washington football team. All right, we got a couple Washington football teams. I appreciate it. So the first story I'm gonna tell you guys out. If you guys have ever taken Tylenol, or if you continue to take Tylenol, acetaminophen, this is the story. There was a massive study done where they had obviously some people taking acetaminophen, 1,000 milligrams. I thought that was high.
That is a fairly high dosage.
probably
I'm pretty sure the pills come in like the big ones are like 500.
Yeah.
I think it's like 250 or 500.
Also, I do want to specify for you football fans, we are going to talk a little football here, so just give us a second. We will get there. Trust me, there is too much going on for us to not talk about it. But I just thought this was a great story to start with. So again, 1,000 milligrams to them, and then to the placebo patients, they were obviously given nothing. And they studied the people, and they found out that actually the people that were taking acetaminophen showed lower receptivity to hurt feelings, reduced empathy, and even blunting cognitive functions as far as they showed increased risk taking. So they said that the people that were taking this drug had less fear about taking a risk. And I'll tell you, this is kind of funny. The actual test that they did, they had everybody, placebo, everybody. They had a balloon on the screen, and every time you press the button, you got more money dumped into your account. But they told them if you blow up the balloon, you don't get your money. They said
Sounds like Mario Party.
it's exactly like Mario Party. They said a significantly higher amount of people that had taken acetaminophen burst their balloon because they said they didn't see in their brain, they weren't diagnosing the negative effects. They didn't even think about the fact that it could blow up. It didn't seem to bother them or scare them. They polled the other people, and they said they quite literally started to get anxiety about the balloon bursting. They said the people that took it did not feel this way. I think that immediately is very interesting because Tylenol, as far as things go, looks like the most harmless thing you could
They have
ever.
children's Tylenol.
That's a great point, man. They have children's Tylenol. So it's odd to me that something like that could go so long without people, I guess, realizing that it has any negative effect. The other thing they did, they had the people fill out surveys. And during the 2 experiments, they rated the level of risk they perceived in various hypothetical situations. So they would say, like, maybe you have to bet a day's income on a sporting event. Maybe you have to bungee jump off a tall bridge. Or maybe you have to drive a car without a seatbelt. They said the acetaminophen people appeared to have almost a 25% difference in what they perceived as risk in those situations.
That seems like a real number, 25%.
I agree.
If you said like 5%, I could just be like, whatever. Maybe the people, you know.
Yeah.
We got some people in the chat. I got to shout out my boy Travis, Irish Bear J, over there.
Bumblebees, 4 Bs.
Yeah.
All right. So,
But I got to shout him out. Thank you for coming in. Stick around because I got a question for you specifically.
yes, we do have a real question for you. So anyway, like I said, jumping off a bridge, all that kind of stuff. The people that were taking the acetaminophen, the Tylenol, I should just say, apparently it's something that really does reduce that. And that makes me think of, like, I'm just being honest, like, what if you want to go do like stand-up comedy? What if you have like a big presentation for work? What if you got to go up there and talk on a stage?
Pop a couple Tylenol.
Is that really what, I mean, really? Like, is that really a real thing? Is that
Real quick side note. I do find it odd that they're saying Tylenol.
correct? And not
Because,
bash
and not bashing acetaminophen because you can buy just acetaminophen. Like they have generic acetaminophen, tons of it. It's what I tend to buy.
Well, actually, it said in the article that there's 600 medications that contain acetaminophen. So it wasn't just like
I'm
one.
pretty sure Dayquil has acetaminophen in it.
I'm sure you're right.
Like, yeah, why aren't they be like, oh, people are drinking that Dayquil
Yeah,
out there
yeah.
going wild?
Yeah. So I
Maybe,
thought
is Dayquil on scissor or whatever that stuff is?
I mean, Sizzurp has Sprite and codeine, so I don't know if it's in codeine.
Nah, I don't think
okay.
so. But I was just curious. Like,
Yeah.
put a little bit of that in there, get a little extra risk taking.
Hey,
there.
we got a subscriber in the
Oh,
house.
damn.
Let's go, man. Let's go, baby. Give it to us. Hey, I appreciate that, guys. If you haven't done it, it is September. So if you guys want to subscribe to the show, it's only $3.99 instead of $5.99. If you attach your Amazon account, it's free. So appreciate that, man. Really appreciate that, Irish. Way to start the show off with some hot energy here.
All right,
now,
so risk-taking behavior.
right. This is what we were talking about. What does qualify as risk-taking behavior? Like if there's a scale, like is it like betting on the Browns to win the Super Bowl risk?
Or is it like drinking like a 42-ounce soda without a bathroom anywhere nearby?
Or maybe is it like all the way to
Like what kind of scale are we talking?
Yeah, like is it
Like-
all the way to like eating a bunch of cheese before you go to bed? Maybe like, that's
That
pretty.
It doesn't seem that risky.
Or what's the end risk? Like jumping in a water with sharks?
Yeah, sharks, no cage.
No cage. That's pretty risky.
That's pretty risky. What about maybe like letting R. Kelly like watch your kids?
that's too risky.
Yeah,
and now,
too risky.
Now you got to
All
see
right,
yourself
officially.
off the show.
Yeah, sorry, guys. I might have swung a little too hard at that one, but I liked it.
Yeah, so we're curious what like I said, risky behavior. We weren't sure exactly what they mean by risky behavior. I'm curious to see like how far it would go. As far as drugs go, I think that's actually kind of almost a positive side effect as long as you're careful with it, right?
Like and it's to me, it's like it's only 25% more risky than
Yeah.
you are normally.
Yeah.
That's not like crazy.
Right, you're not willing to
Like,
jump off a bridge
Yeah,
and
you're
try
not.
and
Yeah,
fly. you know?
yeah, exactly. I can land this, jump from building to building, kind of
Right.
crazy. It's like,
Yeah.
it's like, maybe I'll take a little.
So this got us thinking.
Yeah.
Lamb got thinking here. We were curious if there's anything else out there that has side effects that we thought was really strange. I can't tell you guys how much this blew my mind. I mean, increased risk taking and less empathy. Those are huge side effects. I think as far as like something that you
Can
should
you say like Tylenol made me do it?
maybe there's got to be a rap song, dude.
I'm
Blame it on the Tylenol, dude.
Blame it on the
I don't know. I
Tylenol.
respect that. All right, so
All right.
give me something here.
All right, so we'll start off with some basic ones. So amnesia. This one is pretty common in a lot of drugs, especially anesthesia.
So you quite
literally, depending on, it can be years, it can be minutes, just a couple days.
Whoa, Lamb's thinking. Who saw that coming?
Your
All
dad
right,
is a,
yeah, he's just
he's-
throwing
he's a
burns.
jokester.
Yeah, he is a jokester. You know what I'll give you, Dad? I'll give you one of these.
damn, that's snug.
That is snug since you came up with the word. Go ahead.
All
Lamb.
right. So amnesia.
Uh-huh.
You rolling the dice on amnesia.
I'm not big on amnesia. I don't want to.
I will say before we get started, these are all very rare. These
Very-
are all very, very rare.
I would be curious to find out if it actually is that person's fault, or I mean, actually,
Yeah.
or it's actually the drug. Go ahead.
So you in on amnesia? You think
No,
that?
I'm not in amnesia. I don't want to take a drug that's giving me amnesia.
So you can't. So you're gonna get surgery, no anesthesia?
Damn. Well, okay.
Yeah. So it's like sometimes the what it does is kind of important.
Yeah, that is kind of important. Real quick here, just a side tangent. Somebody in the chat messaged me and asked me again about this Twitch thing I got on my chest here. Malk, I'll give you a shout here. Malk, I got this from one of our followers, Miss Katie in the chat. It's not a Twitch shirt. It's just a Twitch pin. And we thought I'd rock it all show just to show Twitch some love for, paying us
Yeah.
and doing our thing. All right, go ahead.
All right. Blue urine.
Smurf pee.
Yeah. Smurf pee. Very uncommon, but multiple things cause it. Nothing actually happens to your pee. It just turns blue.
Multiple things cause it.
Yeah, they said it's mostly due to just the blue that they use in the medicine itself.
I think that's worth it.
Yeah, I think so too.
I
I
think
think it's kind of cool.
Yeah, I think it's kind of
Honestly, if they had like a pill that I knew didn't do anything, just turn your pee different colors.
party trick.
I know,
Yeah,
it's kind
yeah,
of funny.
yeah.
At the stadium when they got those big urinals, like the troughs that you're standing at. If your stream's blue,
Yeah. Bro, check this out, dude.
yo,
I got alien pee, dude.
I was just thinking. I was like,
Sign me up. Hashtag blue pee. There you go.
I know. I was like, who's blue NFL team? He's got like
Charger.
maybe you're at like a Dallas game.
The
You got-
Giants.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm just saying
yeah.
you got that blue pee. You're like,
Yeah,
yo,
yeah.
I'm a real fan.
Yeah, I've been pissing blue all over this field, dude.
Yeah.
All
right.
What else you got?
Hallucinations, full-on hallucinations, malaria drugs. You want malaria or you want hallucinations? Which one are you trading off on?
Definitely taking the hallucinations. I mean, if I know going in that I don't get malaria, but I might hallucinate, I mean, if that's my only option, then just put me in a room, light some candles, and put on some Al Green.
Yeah.
A little
All right.
foreshadowing.
Yeah,
there
I
for
see,
you.
I see what you did there. All right. So a direct competitor of.
Next Cowboy game, I'm peeing blue. Respect that, except for the fact that it's the Cowboys. Irish love it. Go ahead.
But all right. So naproxen, which is like a leaf,
Uh-huh.
can give you blue lips and blue fingers. It makes you look like you have like hypothermia. Just makes them look blue.
But so it's not actually that there's not less blood flow?
I guess there is a little, but it's like it makes it look blue. Not like dangerous, but
If I took a medication and my fingers and lips started to turn blue, I would 100% assume I was dying.
yeah, go
And
straight to the
I
hospital.
would just straight to the hospital.
And they'd be
After,
like, "Oh, you took 3 Aleve." You're
after
like,
I
there
had
you
a full
go.
on panic attack and passed out.
Also, apparently, can cause red-green color blindness. Naproxen.
Shout out Paul. He was on here, but he does have actual that. So that's really horrifying.
Yeah.
Wow. I
Some
remember
of these are gonna blow you away.
I know they've had like
Again, these are crazy rare, but the
Crazy-
fact you take a bunch of Aleve and all of a sudden you can't see red or green.
my lips are blue.
yeah,
Yeah.
like
All right, what else you got?
loss of fingerprints.
What? Just Men in Black?
Yeah.
That's
So apparently there's a chemotherapy drug.
Uh-huh.
So obviously you got cancer at this
Yeah,
point. You're taking
yeah,
chemotherapy drugs that can like kills the cell to the point where like your fingerprints go away.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really morbid, but like also fascinating. I mean, for real, like legitimately, that's something that like criminals could use, man. You know what I mean?
I would imagine. From what I understand, chemotherapy drugs are terrible. Like they just rack your body.
as far as like futuristic medication goes, I've seen like a zillion movies. At the first,
I
one, like,
guarantee that the government knows about this and has like a version.
well, I was thinking like I think it's like Gone in 60 Seconds. They put like these little like gel things over their
Uh-huh.
fingertips, and then when they go places, they don't have fingertips. But I would rather little gel things that has somebody else's.
yeah, be
fingerprints.
like, yo,
Yo.
Frank Regano has been stealing a lot of things.
Donald Trump was in this 7-Eleven and he stole the Budweiser. Yeah.
Apparently, loss of smell forever.
Okay, now that's horrifying. But I actually have a stepsister, Liz, who just had COVID, and she said she completely lost her sense of taste. I don't know what could be worse than that. I mean,
know.
that sounds like it's not the smell. It's like that sounds
They
like
said,
a blessing.
I don't know. They said sense of smell is most of what you taste.
Oh, damn it! I'm back out. I'm out then.
All right.
What was it for?
It's multiple things. Can
Oh,
cause
really?
It. Yeah.
Okay.
Priapism. Do you know what that is?
No.
That is the warning on the Viagra commercial of.
A boner lasting like
Yeah.
10 hours? Yeah, okay.
And they said it's literally could, if you don't get it treated, could lead to amputation.
No kidding.
Yeah.
I heard they got to stick a needle in your junk. All right, moving on.
Yeah, I know. Had to put it in there. though.
I like that they have a nice sounding word
Yeah.
for it, not junk
All right.
removal.
Decrease in height.
I know some people that can't afford that.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I'm 6'3". I can take a hit. I can take
Yeah.
a notch off the old belt, but I don't know if most people could.
Prednisone, the steroid.
Uh-huh.
Apparently, if you take it, there is a chance that it can decrease your height.
Okay, but maybe it's. I
I
know.
don't. It's not like major. You're not going to be like 4 inches shorter the next day, but like.
I know, and like I said, I know the show is called Two Dumb Idiots, but where does the height come from? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I
what
don't-
are you actually shrinking?
Yeah, I
Are
don't.
they-
Maybe it's like space
Cartilage?
between. Yeah, I don't know, but it literally says you can cause you to become shorter.
I remember like I had a nanny. Dad's still in the chat. Maybe he can help me out with this. I was really young. I remember I had like a nanny. That's what happened. I'm 5'9".
Yeah,
so
too much prednisone, bro.
That's it, literally, DJ. It's not your fault, dude. It's the prednisone. You probably would have been like 6'4" in the NBA slamming dunks, but damn
Sorry,
prednisone gotcha. Yeah, I think I had a nanny, and I remember I met her when she was like 100 years old, and I barely knew her. But I came in and I met her, and she was so short, and they were like, "Oh, she used to be taller," and I was like, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah, she used to be like probably like 4 or 5 inches taller," and I'm like, what happened there? I guess she just got shorter. I'm like, well, I need more of an explanation than that.
I know, bone shrinking. Like, what are you doing?
Is she carrying like heavy backpacks? Like, like you know, like
She's just leaning over a lot.
yeah.
Unquenchable thirst.
I love that. That sounds awesome.
Prozac.
Really?
Yeah, it can cause unquenchable thirst.
No kidding.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome. Get like some Gatorade and start
Just-
pounding.
like literally, like you're never.
What if
not be
I wonder if
thirsty.
like Sprite disputes that claim?
The thirst quencher. They're fighting it.
Their whole slogan is "Quench your thirst." They're just like, absolutely not, dude.
Sprite, the only cure.
I'll tell you this about Sprite. The only thing I really respect about Sprite is every single commercial they do. The one thing that a lot of people don't is they always show their bottles ice cold, like it's dripping with condensation.
They are the Coors Light of soda. They're focusing on the cold factor for
And
sure.
I am a temperature guy. If you give me like a warm Coke, I don't want it. If you give me an ice cold, I'll drink 11.
All right, I got the last one. I saved has got the best.
All right, give
I
it to me.
think
All right.
compulsive gambling and sex.
It sounds like the doctor made that up.
No, this is a real one, and actually a guy won a lawsuit against the company because he said it forced him to literally seek out gay sex, even though he was straight, because he was so fixated on having like sex.
That is unbelievable.
Won like hundreds of thousands of dollars.
What was the drug?
It's rope and roll, or otherwise known as Requip, which is for restless leg and Parkinson's.
No kidding.
Yeah.
I definitely have restless leg syndrome, so I got to stay away from this stuff. Can't be out there just going crazy. But to me, it sounds like okay, like here's the scenario.
But I'm saying you blow your entire life savings and ruin your life because you're taking like
One
restless
drug.
leg medicine.
I'm saying you come home, right? You're married, you come home, all of a sudden you're bankrupt and your wife catches you cheating, right?
With a dude.
And you're a doctor. First excuse, dude. I was taking his drug.
Too much Requip.
I'm saying, babe, I think it's got to be a side effect of
Yeah.
this drug. She'd never buying it.
No.
It'd be 20 years before
Yeah.
she forgives you.
Forever.
Forever, dude. All right.
So I thought some of those were fucking fascinating.
I thought a lot of those were fascinating. I hope you guys thought it was interesting. So be careful with some of that. If you guys have ever had a really, and again, if I don't know if my dad's still here, but he had an incident, I think we've talked about in the show. They call it transglobal amnesia. And he went to, I believe it was Jamaica or something. He was with.
So he was traversing the globe and forgot about it?
No, it's really a term. It's really a term. Transglobal amnesia. Look it up. I swear to God.
I believe you.
No, I don't think you do.
If your dad tells me he had it, I believe him.
Well, maybe he's making it up.
Actually, he's suspicious.
Maybe he has amnesia.
Yeah.
No, he said he was in Jamaica. This is a true story. He was in Jamaica. His wife, they went into like one of these little shanty towns where you can buy clothes and knickknacks, and he bought a pair of white dress shorts because they had to go to, or maybe it was white dress pants. Excuse me. They had to go to they wanted to go to a dinner place that night on the resort. But for whatever reason, it was one of these places where you had to have dress pants. And he went to Jamaica and didn't bring a single pair of dress pants because he's Jamaica. So we went in, got the pants. They came back. They're sitting in the hotel room. My dad looks right over at Patty, his wife, and goes, we should go out. I need to get dress pants. And she looks at him. She goes, what? She goes, I said, I think we need some dress pants for that dinner tonight. He's like, we just got back from getting dress pants. And he's like, what? He doesn't remember any of it. They had to bring up the doctor. He didn't remember going. He literally just like there's like a 2-hour gap where he doesn't remember anything. He was lucid. He wasn't drinking. Where you at? You're in the chat. Transglobal amnesia. True story.
Did he buy any herbs from anyone in Jamaica?
Did you buy any herbs in Jamaica?
You sprinkle in a little extra oregano on your pizza that day or something?
Yeah, he said that. Okay, but actually, it's happened to him twice. So, and they said that the doctor told him that it's a real thing, and that something about traveling can cause, I don't know, your brain to just lapse on like a certain section of time.
Interesting.
Maybe a little herbage. Yeah, maybe it's the herbage.
All right, I'll give you a little bump in the world there.
There you go. I thought that story was really interesting. And again, I don't know if that was like a product of a drug or
Just so,
TJ, appreciate it, brother. You're a clown. So the chat's going crazy if you guys are listening. They're just laughing.
apparently, they're a big fan of your dad using the word herbage.
I love it too. So yeah, I thought that story is kind of what it reminds me of. Is like there are some really weird side effects, and something like that is something that you would tell a story to somebody, and there's no way that's true.
Yeah.
But the doctors were there, people were there, everybody was like, "What are you talking about, Rob? Like this, and he just couldn't remember it." So I thought that's kind of how I remember that stuff. But anyway, let's go on to the next story. This is something that we actually did a YouTube video, and maybe at some point we'll drop it in the chat here. If you guys have not heard this story, it is awesome.
Yeah.
I don't say that very often about stories, but this is an awesome story. So the guy that founded, we say that in quotes, right?
Well, he invented Jelly Bellies.
Correct, but he didn't found the company that makes Jelly Bellies.
So
Okay.
he's not the founder so much as the inventor.
So he's the founder, quote, of Jelly Belly, not like the actual company that makes it, but he invented the jelly bean, this dude.
I don't know if he invented the jelly bean.
Really? Oh, okay.
The Jelly Belly.
Jelly Belly, okay. So we're splitting hairs, but
I'm just saying, I think jelly beans existed before this.
you think?
I think so.
Well,
We'll Google it. We'll find out.
We should have done research. But anyway, he definitely founded the
That is a true statement in everything.
Yeah. Well, so he founded the company Jelly Belly back in like 76 or something. And then they had some kind of dispute. They had some kind of disagreement on, I don't know, direction of the company or something. And he was forcefully removed from the company after being there for 20 years. Now, he wanted to go out and make jelly beans, as I guess that's his only option in life. That's what he wanted to do. He wanted to go out and make jelly beans, but he couldn't because he had some kind of 20-year non-compete clause, which I've heard of non-compete clauses, but normally they're like 5 years. It's normally not like the rest of your life you can't make this thing. So he had a 20-year non-compete, but now he has 3 businesses. I'm getting to the interesting part. He has 3 businesses.
Pull those up.
And he sells jelly beans again. What he's doing is he's giving away golden tickets, Willy Wonka style. This guy said it's always been a dream to do the Willy Wonka thing. So what he's doing, in every state, all 50 states, there is a golden ticket wrapped around on a necklace hidden somewhere. Now, they have not hidden all of them yet. But what they're doing is you can go online onto this site, the Golden Ticket. You pay $49 or $50, and they will give you the clue for your state. But here's the catch. They're only allowing 1,000 people to register per state. So that's 50,000 people. They're going to give you a clue, and you got to go out and try and find this golden ticket. If you find the golden ticket in your state, you get $5,000. Now, they have not disclosed the next part yet, how they're going to do it, but one of the people that get the golden ticket is actually going to get the rights to one of his candy factories.
And just so you know, this is the candy factory that you could get. I know. It's coming, Malcolm.
Oh, do we click on it?
No, I think he saw it on the top sheet.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah. It's coming. Don't you worry, buddy.
That's really funny. So anyway, he is.
We do some research before the show, guys.
Sorry. So the guy is, like I said, he's got 50 tickets spread out. They're allowing 1,000 per person per state to register. It sounded so exciting at first. All of this information sounded so exciting. No, we can't do it, Mal. Topless voting is a story. Okay? It wasn't a perverted search. Okay.
Why are you putting it in the chat, bro?
I like it.
I know.
It's funny. I actually saw it myself and thought, wow, I wonder if the chat can see that. But yeah, topless voting. that's my fetish. The topless voters.
It's a new category.
It's a new category. Where are these voters? I like the people with the voting stickers. Anyway,
just 2 voting stickers.
Yeah, just pasties, voting stickers. That's just a huge thing. We have really derailed here. We need to pull this.
Woo! Pull the ripcord.
AKA the candy ant. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So this guy. Now again, we thought the story was really cool, and so we ended up doing a little digging. And apparently, the only way you can get information is on their Facebook group. So I went to the Facebook group. I signed up. I went to immediately buy a ticket for California. What?
Your dad.
What do you say? Let's just rip this.
Let's nip this.
Oh, let's just nip this. Yeah, let's just nip this in the butt. Thanks, bud. Dad, try and stay abreast of the whole conversation. Tit. All right, we're done.
All right, back to Willy Wonka and golden tickets and Oompa Loompas.
Let me shake that out a little bit.
Serious business.
Yeah, let me shake that out. There we go. Okay. Serious business. There's nothing serious about this show. So Willy Wonka man is giving out these tickets. But me and Lamb think it's kind of scammy.
Yeah.
We're on the scam patrol. And so I joined the Facebook group. Immediately, there are people with issues. So first, everybody wants to know if there's 50 tickets and they get one. How does he decide who gets the actual, the actual candy factory? That has not been disclosed. The other thing that I have, well, there's multiple issues I have, but one of the other things I have an issue with is he actually hasn't disclosed what candy factory he's going to give away. The rumor is he has 3 candy factories in Florida, but he has not specified which one he's going to give away.
Yeah.
I don't know. Again, I have worked in a company where I was required to go to a lot of these small manufacturers. They can be really small.
Yeah.
I mean, they can quite literally be the size of like a small shoe store or something. I mean, they're not like a McDonald's. I mean, they could really be that small inside with like a couple, machines.
Yeah, it says 4,000 square foot candy factory.
It's 4,000 square foot. That's
just like a large house, but not that big for a factory.
Right, for a factory, it's kind of small. So they 4,000 square feet. He said he's giving away. But here, let's do the math real quick. He's got 50,000 people, and again, there's already California was already sold out, so it's going to sell out. 50,000 people give him $50. That's $2.5 million. Right there. Yep. Boom. He's giving away $5,000 per ticket. That's $250,000. You subtract that, you still left with $2.25 million. So this guy, regardless of anything that happens, He's 2.25 million ahead, right? Off the jump.
Yeah,
Off the jump.
And then even if he still starts giving away prizes and side gigs,
He can
and
give
this
away
and
a
this-
$250,000 and still be at 2 million,
Yeah,
right? Right.
Give away $1 million, still be at $1 million.
That's
But I'm just saying, like,
you're
you know,
right.
like
it's just
like
a funny phrase.
Yeah, give away $1 million, still at $1 million.
Yeah. No, and so again, that is a major issue. Me and Lamb have it. How you're gonna make $2.5 million real quick, and then tell me that you're trying to do some good? It seems sketch.
Here's this room with some candy making supplies in it,
I mean, we talked about this.
and then it says like you have to pay taxes and all that. That the person who wins is responsible for all that.
Right. So again, and also the rumor is a couple of his factories aren't like super positive, you know, as far as making income. So there seems to be some discrepancy. Some people think he's just trying to give away one of his junky candy factories while making a quick mill. I don't know what a place like that would cost, but I do know this. In a normal state, like let's say California, New York, so a big state, I should say, it probably would be worth, like any kind of building like that, might be worth like $5 to $10 million. This is Florida, and it's small. So I would imagine, if I had to guess, it's probably under $7 million. Is that fair to say?
I wouldn't be surprised if the property's only worth like $500,000.
Right. So it seems to me that already he's ahead on that curve. It seems like it's really cool. He even said in the article that it's something he's always wanted to do. He's always wanted to be like Willy Wonka. Do we have a picture of this guy? He's kind of a goof. It's not to
Well,
worry.
he is based.
He's kind of a goofy looking guy. If we had
This is a caricature of him.
yeah, and that's
of him.
not a great caricature.
Yeah.
But
So I'm gonna see if I can find a photo of him.
yeah, well, we don't have to because otherwise Malcolm's going to make fun of us for the
Oh yeah, the search history.
the search history. Yeah, it does sound fishy. I am not 100% sure. There it is.
It's not on this.
Suck it, Malcolm.
I'm getting smarter than you. You've taught me too well.
Then, so we went to his website. He sells blood clot candy. He sells edible sand. He sells
CBD.
CBD gummies or jelly beans. So the guy is kind of going in a different direction. Again, I want so badly to believe that something awesome is happening. That this guy, his name's David Klein, by the way. Yeah, that's a
This
good
one?
one. That's fine. Yeah, this is your.
All right, we'll just throw this up.
Yeah,
'cause
we'll
it's got some.
We got some funny pictures in there. Yeah, this is your boy right here. This is David Klein. That's your boy. Kind of goofy looking, kind of a crazy guy. The reason his mouth is closed, and this is not me being rude. There's a couple pictures. He has no teeth.
A little too much candy.
Right. I kind of feel like that's like a trade-off, right? Like if you get like if you're the owner of candy factories, I don't know, it's gonna be tough to hold on to your teeth. So this guy, no moss teeth. Again, if you guys hear anything about it, if the people in Maryland, I know I have some Maryland, I know I have some Pittsburgh folk. If you guys look up and it's available in your state, which it probably is, because a lot of these states you can still buy the Clue, check it out. It's the golden ticket. I'm curious to see if anybody actually finds it. If it was in my state, I would love to do it. I might even message one of these people on the Facebook to say, hey, like I would love to join in the hunt. Apparently David Klein, and this hasn't been proven, he came into the Facebook group and said like, hey, I know a lot of people think this is a scam, but I really just have always wanted to do this. I swear it's not a scam. I swear I'm being honest. But again, just the numbers don't add up for me, so
It's weird because I, in a way, don't think it's a scam, but I do think he's going to profit from this.
that's
And it's like,
that's
is
very well
that
said.
wrong?
Right, I don't know. Right, I mean, it's his right. Am I going to hold him accountable because his scheme makes money? I don't know.
because everything he did was truthful, and he actually went to 50 states and hid 50 golden necklaces and gave away a candy factory.
I will say this. I have an issue with it because if you're going to model it after the Willy Wonka thing, that was done in like a good spirit, right?
Everybody bought a candy bar, had a chance to win a golden ticket.
Right.
Everybody.
Right, and this is what I had an issue with. You don't even have to buy his candy. I just got to give you $50. It's like,
Yeah,
that seems
that's-
like kind of crooked to me. Like, why
If
don't
he
I just
said-
buy your candy or something?
Yeah,
you
if
know?
you said like everybody who buys edible sand,
or $20
gets
worth of
a
my
chance.
gets the clue, right?
or not even gets a
Yeah.
clue, gets a chance to get the clue.
Fine. Yeah, either way. So again, it just seems a little bit crooked, but I still like the idea. And me and Lamb said this off air is like, wake up call to every other company out there. This guy announced it, and I'm saying the next day the Facebook group had 38,000 people. Like within less than 24 hours, like 12 hours, the thing had like 40,000 people on this Facebook group. If you're a company like McDonald's and you just start hiding shit in the woods,
I know.
people are gonna
Golden nuggets.
right, people are gonna go look for it,
Like,
man.
man,
So,
you
yeah.
gotta find like a solid gold nugget.
Yeah. So
I'm in.
I'm in. Interesting story. Keep up with it, guys. Really fascinating stuff. All right, let's get into what's going on today. We have some really good stories in one of my favorite sections. The goalie drops back, catcher punch near the rim, slam Dunk. Touchdown.
Sports ball.
Sports ball. I just love it. Sports ball. Obviously, football starts today.
So before we get into it,
All right.
I want to put this up for you since we're in that sports ball.
Let's do it.
Here's your boy,
This is Steely McBeam.
Steely McBeam.
Okay, so way cooler than I thought he was going to be.
The name is really what gets him.
It's awful.
It ruins him.
He carrying
Why
steel.
couldn't he be like Iron Mike or something like that?
Him carrying the steel has got to be the dumbest part.
Yeah.
Actually, to be honest with you, the whole outfit is actually kind of cool to me. I love the overalls, and it almost looks like a Halloween costume. The steel beam is so unnecessary.
I know.
It is really quite silly, actually. But it does. It actually it's kind of impressive. You said this. Oh, this is 2007. Okay, I was saying this picture is really great quality from wherever it was. All right. So sports ball. We got the first game tonight from NFL. We're excited about it. Chiefs against Houston. Should be a good game. Me and Lamb thought it'd be fun here real quick just to make some predictions. If you guys have some predictions, throw them in the chat, man. It's a brand new season. They didn't get any preseason games to warm up. So it's so bizarre for me. I know it's going to be like
Chaos.
just backyard, fumble Rooski
I
football, and I can't tell you how I'm excited
pumped
about
for it.
Paul's in the chat. All right, all right,
Woo-hoo!
all right, Paul, we'll give you a applause.
Is it
here.
real?
No, not that one.
Not that one.
Sorry, Paul. I was gonna give you some applause, but I'm terrible with the buttons, and we're working on it. So there you go. There you go, Paul. Welcome. Paul's our moderator. He keeps everybody in count.
Look at that, Paul dropping things in there. If you're a Prime person,
Yeah.
all that jazz.
Appreciate that, Paul. Yeah. Welcome back, Paul. Appreciate you coming in here. So if you guys have any predictions on what's going to happen this year, me and Lamb are going to go quickly through who we think is going to win this year. Like I said, I'm fascinated because. Okay, so here's a good example. The XFL that they tried to do last year. It was a decent product, but the guys had no time to play with each other. So you could see that on the field with a lot of kind of junky mistakes.
Looked high schooly.
It did look high schooly, and I kind of expect tonight's game and Sunday's games to look a little similar. I think people are tuning in expecting really quality football like they always see, and I think they're going to see a lot of interceptions. I think a lot of your favorite players could play really poorly on Sunday.
I don't think you're going to see necessarily a lot of stars playing full games.
Yeah.
I think with just injuries and stuff, I think it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, so I'm excited for it, but I'm excited for it. That's it. That's the end of that statement because something this different, something this weird is cool. It just brings me back to the TV. I mean, normal football seasons are really hyped and you get all excited for it. This one kind of just snuck up on me all of a sudden 2 days ago. Somebody just posted and was like, "Hey, 2 days of football," and I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
So it kind of just caught me off guard.
So
right.
let's
get into it. Who you got?
Who you got winning the Super Bowl? I got.
Okay, so real quick, who you got? Who you got in the championship games?
In the championship game, I'm going to go 49ers on that NFC side.
Okay.
And the AFC side, I think I'm going to go out on a limb.
Yeah, do it.
Patriots.
Whoa, not what I thought you were going to say at all. Okay, so that was really caught me off guard. But not a bad choice. They got Cam Newton. I think he's going to run the ball.
It's weird because my Super Bowl pick isn't going to be either one of those.
Whoa.
To win.
Okay.
Those are who I think would make the most likely to make the championship.
Okay. I will say this. I last year said if they get rid of Tom Brady, I thought Bill Belichick was going to go in the draft and get an athletic quarterback that could run. And the reason I said that is because he's looking around and he sees Baltimore. He sees, even Russell Wilson with Seattle. He sees these people that have Kyler Murray. He sees these teams that have these running quarterbacks. In his head, he goes, man, I'm not limited to somebody that has to throw. If for somebody that intelligent, it probably opens – I'm not kidding. It probably doubles his playbook. I mean, quite literally. With his brain, he could do whatever he wants. So
he loves weird formations as it is.
He loves to run the ball. He loves weird formations. Cam Newton might be a really great fit there. That's a pretty good choice. For me, I think it might be the Saints' year. So I have the Saints actually playing old Tom Brady, Tampa Bay. This is a major limb for me because I do think they could be a dumpster fire.
How do you have them both in the championship?
No, this is the
Super.
This is the NFC Championship.
Oh,
Sorry.
Sorry,
my bad.
I was going Super Bowl matchup.
Oh, but you said neither of those teams you thought were going to win the Super Bowl?
No.
Well, you can't put them in the Super Bowl if you're not going to say what?
If I had to pick the two teams, if I'm making a bet, this right now and my bet requires two teams, those are my two.
Okay.
If my bet is only on one team winning,
Who's that?
that is you'll have to wait for that.
Oh, I'll wait for it. All right, so for me, I think the Saints are overdue.
But it's going to be your boys in Baltimore.
Whoa! So you're kind of with me. I got the Saints playing Tampa Bay. I got Tom Brady. Make it. I hate Tom Brady, but I do think with that many weapons and a decent coach, they're going to be tough. I think they slide into the NFC Championship against the Saints. I think the Saints are overdue. I think they make it into the Super Bowl. I think that Baltimore battles. I'm not really sure who yet, but probably the Chiefs. Baltimore battles the Chiefs. I think Baltimore slides ahead. I think it's Baltimore Saints, and I think Drew Brees goes out on top, and I think he walks away. That's where I got it.
All right, I like it.
MVP vote?
I got to go Mahomes.
Mahomes? And
I think he's just got too many weapons. He's just too good.
Yeah.
And honestly, I just feel like it's a down year competition-wise.
I think either Tom Brady or Cam Newton, unfortunately, but I'm with you on that.
Like I think they're going to either one of them is going to have an extraordinary year.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
To beat out Mahomes. Mahomes is like people love him.
I just
like
after that's such high, sometimes
I
you get
know.
like an ankle injury or anything. Also,
Oh,
like the whole
I
season
get
is
you.
a debacle.
Yeah.
You know. All right, what else? Who did you have winning that whole thing?
Baltimore.
Oh, that's right, Baltimore. Okay.
Lock them in, Paul. Lock those picks down.
That's right. Also, we did want to talk about this. It's one of the craziest stories I've seen sports-wise. Last night, I asked Lamb if he had to guess who's going to score more points, the Atlanta Falcons this weekend or the Braves did last night, Atlanta Braves. And Lamb said to me very honestly, and I'm not gonna make fun of him for it because it's funny, but it's not. He didn't do anything wrong. He said, "All right." So he says a baseball team against football. I said, yeah. He said, well, obviously you're saying it. That means the Atlanta team had a lot of runs. I said they had a lot of runs. He said, okay, I'm assuming maybe 18 or 19. He said it's possible the Atlanta Falcons come under at like 17. I said, yeah, that's possible. And then I told him that's not true. The Atlanta Braves scored 29 runs last night. So there is a really strong possibility that they score more runs than the football team does this Sunday. And see,
that might be the over for the whole game.
they're playing Seahawks. It could be literally be a 15-15 game, right? 100%.
Yeah, it could be 14-13 with no trouble whatsoever.
Easy. So I was blown away. 29 runs in a baseball game is I've never. I mean, even Lamb said like 20 even is just a crazy number. Even if you get 10 runs in a game, it's a lot.
Yeah.
30, almost 30 is crazy. So we looked it up. Unfortunately, the last time it was done was in 2007. My Orioles took one on the chin from the Rangers, 30-3.
That's the most ever.
That's the most ever. Yeah, that's the most ever in 2007. Before that, the most runs that people had ever seen was 1955. And that was 29 again. And then back in like 1949, there was another one, 29 runs. So this is quite literally in the last 75 years happened twice. You know what I mean? Almost 70
And we
years.
looked at the stat lines, and it was really weird because it wasn't like
50 runs. It wasn't 50 hits or anything.
Yeah.
It was 7 home runs. They grand slammed in the 7th or 8th. It was kind of what didn't look that crazy. There was only 2 errors on the game, but just an anomaly. I thought it was so crazy. Also wanted to ask you about this real quick. There is a new rule in baseball for this year. If they go to extra innings, they want to speed things up. So immediately in the extra innings, somebody starts on second base.
love it.
Love it.
Love it.
Okay.
As long as it's on both sides, I could care less.
I actually 100% agree with you. Kershaw came out and said he hates it, doesn't think it's real baseball. The only thing I'll say in his argument is if it hurts the pitchers.
I feel like stats then need to stop.
Well, it can't be an earned run then.
Yeah.
It can't be an earned run.
No
It-
stats
yeah.
can be tracked in
Yeah.
in extra innings.
Yeah, I don't think it can count as
It does. I don't think it needs to. If you want a separate stat,
Yeah.
and these are extra inning stats,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. But I do like the idea of speeding things up.
But I'm saying batting average, anything.
Yeah, when you go to like college football, they want to speed things up. They want to finish the game. So here's the ball at the 25. You go overtime in golf. Here's one hole. You play one
Yeah.
hole, and whoever wins, it's over. Hockey, overtime. All right, 2 people come off the floor for both teams, and now it's 3-on-3, and somebody score quickly. Everybody knows these athletes are tired and they want to get through it. Baseball, they play like my math isn't right, but I think it's 478 games a year. So you get
I
tired.
think it's 472.
472, excuse me. So I think they get tired. I love the rule. The baseball players are really upset by it, but I think they'll get out of the games quicker, so I really like the rule. I just was curious at your opinion on it. If you guys hate it in the chat, I'm super curious about that too.
Real quick, I want to see Travis. You still in the chat? If you're in the chat, let us know because I got a question for you. If not, I'm going to ask you next time because you subscribe, so obviously you like watching this.
That literally is something we can infer, and that's definitely a fact now.
Yes,
All right.
sir. Okay, he is. He's in the chat.
All right, hit it.
So, for those that don't know, the NBA has been having a wall of faces.
Yes.
As fake fans, if you will, virtual fans. And Travis was one of those people. Travis, I don't know how he got those tickets. I don't know if he stabbed somebody. I don't know what he did, but he was. And I loved your caption because he was in the last row. So he's like, even when I'm virtual, I'm in the nosebleeds.
Love it. Love it.
But we've been curious. Do you get a different view?
Yeah. Do they give you a view from that seat?
Or
First off.
Yeah.
Second off, I see when people go to the free throw line, everybody's waving their hands. So it really is that live. It's not like, third question, as many as you can answer. What if I do something profane? Like, am I just lose my ticket, or are there like a second buffer so they can at least bleep it? Because that's what really.
Yeah.
Like, they're waving at the
Or do they? Yeah. Do they record you waving and then they play it?
Yeah. Like, I mean, 'cause what if like a girl flashes the camera, or what if somebody flicks it off, or what if somebody puts some like
Terrible sign up.
terrible sign up? Like, how do they catch it that fast? It hasn't been an issue yet, but I almost think it's impossible for it not to be an issue. I also, just knowing Malcolm, I don't know if you're still in the chat. Just as far as like, security goes, cybersecurity, it does seem like if you're letting somebody in through that, there could be ramifications the other way. I think it's kind of an interesting kind of. So Irish Bear, what's his name?
Irish Bear J.
What's his name though?
Travis.
Oh, Travis. All right, Travis, let us know when you get a second here. I'm curious. Like, I know that's a lot to type, so type a paragraph out. We'll read it. No worries. Just give us every single detail and don't leave anything out. No, I'm just kidding. Let's go ahead and move on. Well, how much time do we have for this football game comes on?
Oh, we got plenty of time.
Okay.
Yeah, we can do another 10, 15, and no problem.
Wrestling has had issues. Okay, here we go. So I've done it for NBA and for WWE. Wow, right on time. That's so bizarre. Paul just said wrestling.
Yeah.
You have to sign up, and they cast you through the whole game, but they decide when you're up or not. You watch the game normally, and then your face is up. So it's not like the whole game you're just blasted.
So I guess they rotate. It sounds like they can give that way. They give more people opportunities to be up.
For sure, and it also probably makes it so that you don't even know if you're on. So all that dumb crap you're doing, might not even make it. And I guarantee if they see you doing it, they can boot you before you're back up. I was just really curious because if you're in like a game, people are flicking people off and yelling profanities and doing all sorts of dumb stuff. How do you control like a room full of people that aren't even there? It seems like
be nice on Zoom.
Seems like the biggest something in WWE.
Yeah, KKK video.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I had a robe on.
Jesus, him and Paul. It's basically the same freaking
that might
message.
Be the same sentence. I had a problem with somebody put up KKK. Someone in WWE. Yeah. You guys are. You guys might want to.
You guys got to figure that out. Be friends.
Yeah. You guys might want to hang out and be friends. You guys literally typed the same sentence. Someone in WWE had a KKK robe on. That is exactly what I'm talking about. To be honest with you, I don't know how you could. I don't know how that's avoidable. I mean, you just start banning everybody from the game. I guarantee. I mean, even like a 12-year-old goes, like whatever. Yeah. So I appreciate the input. All right, let's go on to our grab bag. I was really excited for the grab bag today. We
got to start with the one that Malcolm needs. Voting.
Okay. Okay.
We got to start with this guy.
Okay.
This one right here.
Okay. Yeah, so that's first off, real quick before we introduce this story. We do a little segment here we've been doing. Me and Lamb find so many cool stories for you guys, but we do know that some stories are tips of icebergs, and there's this massive conversation to be had. Yeah. Some stories.
You're going to see this story, and you're going to be like, this is ridiculous, but it actually has some depth to it.
Okay, but I'm saying, but normally that's what we like to talk about. This section, grab bag, we also find a lot of stories that are just kind of surface interesting. They're just kind of funny stories, and we just want to see if you guys have heard about them. So let's just do this from grab bag today.
All right. Boom.
There you go, Lamb. This
Malcolm. One's for Malcolm.
Malcolm, this is for you, buddy.
So a New Hampshire woman voted topless after her anti-Trump shirt was disavowed. So apparently this woman in New Hampshire was voting in the primary in New Hampshire, and seemed a little late in the game for a primary, but, is what it is. Especially since they both already had their conventions.
Yeah.
But, cool. So apparently he was wearing an anti-Trump shirt, and apparently no political shirts pro or against are allowed in the polling places.
I'm going to let you finish, and then we're going to argue.
And so she just said, okay, and took her shirt off right there, voted, put a shirt back on, and left.
Okay, I love it. See, Malcolm, are you happy now that you know that it wasn't some horrible thing we were looking for? It was just a great story about a lady who said, F it, I'm not going to not vote. I'm taking off my shirt, and I'm voting. So here's what I'm going to say. This is not going to be political. I just was kind of stunned in the United States that I could go to vote, and they could, like I had like a Trump hat on or a Hillary hat, and they could say, oh, you can't vote because you have that on. I said to Lamb, my analogy was that'd be like, going to a Redskins or going to a football team game, Eagles game or something, and they saying, "Oh, you can't wear an Eagles shirt in here." It's like, man, I'm supporting my person. Lamb's counter was kind of that, it would probably get a little bit more hostile in that situation. And you could manipulate people's votes. That was also really important through threats or something like that. So if you don't know who somebody's voting for, if you look, you're not going to say anything. But if you walk in and they're wearing a Trump or a non-Trump shirt and you want them to vote the other way, like you said, you could harass them, you could push them into things. I just didn't know that was a rule. Am I crazy? Does everybody know that? Does everybody know that you couldn't show up to vote in like a shirt that supported the person you're voting for?
I know it's like a weird rule. I get it because of the thing, like voting's supposed to be anonymous.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to ever feel pressure to vote one way or another. But if you roll into a polling place and every person in that polling place is wearing like a Biden shirt,
right,
and you were going to vote for Trump, you might feel a little weird.
Yeah.
And maybe change your vote.
What is it? Oh, it is voter intimidation. Okay, yeah. Jason, what's up? Jason in the chat. Are you kidding me, man? Oh, Jason.
Everybody out there.
Yeah. Jason, you get an air horn and a rim shot. What's up, buddy? Love you. Jason Kenzo. Great. He'll keep you in shape. Follow him, Kenzo. He's a beast. I just didn't know that was a thing. That's crazy to me. Like, especially nowadays with the "Make America Great" hats, I feel like it's gonna be a bigger issue than it has been before. Yeah. I feel like people are gonna show up and get told that, and they're gonna think that they're being singled out, just like I would.
Yeah.
And that's actually a law. I thought maybe it was just that state, but the more we looked into it, it was pretty much everywhere. Oh, so Malcolm, again, it says they took their shirt off. They had to vote. Again, I just had never heard of it, and I didn't know that was a thing. And then it's kind of crazy to me because
maybe this is something they should be putting out a little early now,
Yeah,
before this becomes like really like, because there's going to be some people rolling up to a polling place getting real hostile.
The hostility is going to be over the top if somebody tells you can't wear a hat or you can't wear a shirt. It's like they give you a badge that says, like, I voted, but you can't tell anybody what you voted for. So it's kind of, I don't know, I just thought the whole thing was interesting. Topless lady voting. New rules, didn't know it. All right, next in the grab bag, let's get into a little old school R&B, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, you want that one, huh?
I do. So this was kind of just a goofy story again, only surface level interesting, but I did think it did give me a chuckle.
Boom.
So somebody replaced the Walgreens picture with a picture of Al Green and just covered the W somewhere. So now quite literally it just says Al Green, and it's a picture of him from his album cover. I laughed at this for a lot of reasons. It's crazy to me that I don't know why. Every time something like this basic gets me, it's like, how has nobody thought of that? I don't know why.
I know Walgreens has been around for 100 years.
Yeah, nobody, even like when he was famous, nobody said, if you take the W off, it's your name. Like that's
yeah. Why isn't he out there like selling pills before,
right,
like back in the day?
Instead of Walgreens, it's Al Green's.
Come to Al Green.
I actually have this album, this record in my house, so I literally have that picture of him. It's an awesome album cover. Yeah, that's awesome. Malcolm, of all people, I knew you'd like it. I know you're an Al Green guy. Yeah, he's just chilling up there. I hope Walgreens had a sense of humor and at least let it like chill for the whole day.
I know, man. I hope they just like lean into this.
I do.
That would be the best profile picture for Walgreens.
Yes, for sure.
Like on Twitter or something like that.
I know. I used to work at, and this is not Walgreens, but I told you I used to work at Target, and they used to play like all that old school stuff all the time. So he's like a positive guy. All right, next story. What do you got, Lamb?
You want to talk about your boy?
Let's do it. A couple weeks ago, we actually talked about this on the show. If you guys were listening, oh, not this one. Okay, different story.
Which boy?
I was talking about the guy at the bottom. But don't
okay.
worry about it.
It's not up yet.
Okay. So yeah, let's do it. A couple weeks ago, we talked about the fact that nope, different one again. Sorry, all the way at the bottom.
Oh,
sorry. A couple weeks ago, we talked about the fact that there was some video or a picture of Borat riding around in his outfit, Sacha Baron Cohen riding around in his Borat outfit behind a filming truck, and people were speculating that maybe he was doing Borat 2. Apparently, we're way behind because they just announced it got leaked a couple days ago that it's already been shot and screened. He's already showed people, the actual new movie. That blows me away. In today's age, to do a movie
and
without
no one knows about it,
no social media, no promotion, nobody finds out, no leaks.
I think he had to though.
100%.
We talked about this being like
100%.
a very difficult movie to even. People know this character.
People know this character, so if he shows up as this character, people are going to know it's him again. Now, do I think everybody knows who this guy is? No. But I actually...
But I feel like if you're one-on-one with somebody, yeah, you could fool somebody.
Yeah.
But if you're in a group, somebody in that group knows this.
Yeah. Right, 100%.
Like you can't go to like a town hall
right.
and have like 100
Not
people there.
Borat.
Yeah, and they're like, and everybody's okay with it.
Okay, and Borat is, if you've never seen the movie, if you don't know anything about Sacha Baron Cohen, what he is essentially famous for is he really deserves like actual awards, in my opinion. I think what he does is revolutionary, and I think I've maybe even talked about it on the podcast. I think what he does, whether you like his stuff or not, is art in a very pure form. And what I mean by that is he takes on multiple characters, and then he goes and he kind of messes with people. And by itself, that's not art, right? That's cool. But in his show, This Is America, he was able to get like politicians and very famous people to openly admit some of their biases, their racisms, just right on camera. They knew they were being filmed. They knew this was going to be a TV show. And just because he's so strong of an actor and his characters are so convincing, he was able to get people to admit homophobia and all this kind of crazy stuff. And he got to one guy to jump around with his butt out, running around because he told him if you're in Afghanistan, if you run over somebody with your butt and you touch him, they think it makes you gay. It's like that's how you stay away from people. So if they ever attack you, just put your butt out and chase them. He's like, well, we got to practice that. So this guy's running around the room with his ass out, like yelling, "I'm gonna make you gay!" And this politician was forced 2 days to resign. 2 days later, he had to resign. Sacha Baron Cohen had a really funny bit about it. He was on the Tonight Show, and he was like, I was kind of impressed. I got this guy to walk around with his pants down, yell the N-word 3 times, scream that people are going to be gay, and it still took him 48 hours to resign. He was like, I respect it. He was like, yeah, he held on pretty tight there.
It'll blow up.
Yeah, so, and that's a nice, yes, thank you, Paul. So, that to me is art. I think it's impressive. I think when you're so smart that your character is believable, it's above somebody's head. I think it's cool. People asked how he did this movie, and I think, again, a really great quote. They said, since a lot of people know who he is, it was basically Sacha Baron Cohen playing Borat, playing Sacha Baron Cohen. So I'm very excited to see. I hope it doesn't fall on its face. We just had a talk about this. We just talked about this. It's so hard to come up with a second.
And it's really tough because like Bruno, I think felt like he tried to do something similar, but with a different character, and it fell flat. Where this, I just am really
freaking Joe.
Yeah.
My brother Bilo. Yeah, I'm really excited for this. I hope it's good. And again,
maybe actually went to another country and filmed it.
Maybe. I looked up the information. Again, I didn't know this. Apparently, this was a blockbuster when it came out. This film produced, don't quote me on this number exactly, but it was like $225 million when it was in theaters. And that surprises you, right?
That shocks me. And it also means like, because it wasn't filmed for any money.
No, it's Kazakhstan or whatever he said. The other thing that is surprising to you is the other movies after that didn't bring in that much. So then Bruno brought in like 170, and then The Dictator brought in like 195, and these are all really just like kind of off the top of my head, but they're around that area.
Yeah. Way back when, there's an Ali G movie.
Ali G, Ali G is great too. Ali G, he had like, oh my God, what's the guy that went to the astronaut, Buzz
Aldrin.
Buzz Aldrin. So he kept calling him Buzz Lightyear the whole interview. He was like, I'm a main man, the Buzz Lightyear. The guy just staring at him all pissed off. Stuff like that kills me. So very excited. We did confirm that it is actually a movie. I'm excited to see it. We have talked about in the show how number 2s can be shit. Oh, here we go. The second movie can be crappy sometimes, and I am worried for this. I'm worried that he's already beat this character into the ground. Not only that, every high school, middle school student for 10 years is saying that is nice. So
I really don't want you to ruin like a beloved character.
Right. He's like,
I know he's smart enough not to do it on purpose.
Yeah. As far as imitated characters go, though,
yeah.
I mean, he's got to be like in the top 10 of like imitated characters all the time. I've never seen anybody imitate this person as constantly as everybody does. So anyway, thought that was interesting. Kind of interesting stuff. All right, what else we got? Let's do your boy now.
All right.
This is a story that I'm sure you guys have already heard, but Travis Scott, the rapper, just had a McDonald's meal named after him.
Yeah.
And
first time they said in like 23 years, there's like a actual person meal.
We said this
like
off air.
Personal meal. I don't know how he worked this out, but he's got a Travis Scott burger.
It was obviously very planned from McDonald's and him. They announced it kind of. He came out. All of a sudden, he was walking into McDonald's, live streaming it. apparently the meal is what though? What did we look it up? It was
So it's a burger, bacon, basically like a McDonald's Whopper, basically with some guac, and that's about it.
and some cheese.
And some cheese.
And
Yeah,
I
but,
think
yeah.
did I say barbecue sauce? Was that in there?
I don't think so.
Does it
but
say in
might
here
be.
if it is? If it is, so he has like I said, a new meal.
There
he
you go.
does barbecue sauce. Okay, so
Okay.
quarter pounder with cheese, bacon, lettuce, medium fries, and apparently you got to and barbecue sauce. And apparently you got to get a Sprite with it.
Yeah.
it's $6. I've had a couple people tell me they've tried it and it was just whatever. And I'm like, right, there's nothing new there. He didn't invent a new sandwich. He just put barbecue sauce and bacon on it, which I've
I
had
don't know.
before.
If McDonald's came out with like a fire chicken, like fried chicken sandwich and called it the Travis Scott meal, I think it would be like a real deal.
I'd be in, right? I think he just added some ingredients to a sandwich.
at least could have done is put like a McRib on top of the burger or something like that.
Yeah, I thought it
like just get wild with it.
I know it was like an ad campaign, and I'm sure they paid him a ton of money to do it. I don't know. It kind of fell flat for me. Like, I know people are going to yab about it. I just, seems like some watery poop.
Yeah.
It does seem like some watery poop. I don't know. It just seemed flat to me. It seemed like as far like this guy's doing the Willy Wonka thing with golden tickets, and they got like a barbecue sandwich.
I know. It's one of those ones. It's like I'm not really in like a Travis Scott person. Like
Yeah.
he doesn't like pop up on my feed. Is he really like that big of a deal?
No. I would say this. He has a solid 3 or 4 songs that are huge. He has that Drake song, Psycho Mode, whatever it is. That was, I mean, it was been, I don't even know when it came out, but it feels like it's been like 2 years straight that it's been on the radio. So he does have a couple songs that are really good. He's a kind of a different genre of rap. Again, not my favorite, but as far as rappers go, I wouldn't say he's in the top 5 of famous right now, but I would say he's in the top 10.
Okay.
So he's famous in rap world, but not. I agree. I just thought it was an odd grab of all people.
Well, apparently he's got 3.32 million followers on Instagram.
That's pretty solid.
That's a decent number.
That's a decent number. That's a little bit less than we have. So, pretty good. All
Where
right,
we're headed though.
we're on our way. Let's do one last story.
Speaking of, if you're on the Instagram, make sure you follow the Two Dumb Idiots podcast.
Oh yeah, actually we're really close to 200 followers. If you guys have not followed us, we're just the Two Dumb Idiots on Instagram. I think it's just Two Dumb Idiots, right?
Two Dumb Idiots podcast. Yes.
Two Dumb Idiots podcast on Instagram. Follow us along, and you guys can find out when the shows and what we're gonna be talking about.
Yeah, I think we get time for one more quick one.
And yeah, if you're new to the show and you haven't hit that follow button, and if you've never done it before, maybe at one time try that subscribe button, Paul.
Already in the chat.
Yeah, he was a beast. Never mind. All right, final story. Give me whatever you got.
You want this one or you want this one?
I want whatever one you're cooking on. I'm taking it.
All right. Boom. In case you were wondering.
Okay, so let's go. Yeah, let's stick with the burger story.
Yeah, keep it in that burger world.
Burger King in Taiwan offers a chocolate-topped Whopper.
Draws massive crowds.
Okay, can you scroll down? Does it show it?
Yeah. It's literally got some chocolate sauce on a burger. You can't even tell.
Oh, it's chocolate sauce.
Yeah, on a burger.
So I am okay. That's
like
different.
chocolate right there.
That's different. I don't. Oh my god, I'm not sure if I hate it. I know
I don't really hate it.
I know.
I would try it.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the word. And Kinzo, I know you would know this word. I can't think of it off the top of my head. I'm sure it'll come to me at some point. Paul, if you're watching, I can't think of this. There's a Mexican term for the chicken that Mexican culture makes, and it has sometimes will start the roux or the beginning with chocolate.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Mole?
So I know in Mexican culture they actually use chocolate sauce. They use very dark, I think, like real cacao.
As dark as
chili.
it gets,
Yeah,
yeah.
like real that kind of stuff. So mole, I knew you'd know it. So mole, that is something where I've seen chocolate sauce used in a food item, and that is not a savory food. I know it kind of sounds ugly, but if it's a sauce, I don't know, maybe.
Yeah. So apparently 2 years ago for April Fools, Burger King put out their chocolate Whopper, and it was made of a chocolate patty and had like strawberry drizzles on it and chocolate shavings. That's the
That
thing.
looks fire.
Yeah.
It looks
And they've
actual
like
fire.
it's like 2 cookie buns like
That
that.
looks really good.
I know, and that was their April Fools, but then apparently they got this thing now, and I just thought it was
That
crazy.
picture compared to the other
Yeah.
picture is really
Well,
horrible.
yeah, they made one of these.
Yeah.
They're making literally thousands of these.
Yeah, that looks horrifying. Somebody really missed on that one. So anyway,
I just thought it was funny, like a chocolate Whopper. I mean, are you a Whopper fan?
no, Whopper misses me every time because
I'm not a Whopper fan either.
do not pitch me a cheeseburger that doesn't have cheese on it. I mean, I know
Yo,
it's
you
not-
want cheese? Yeah, I want cheese.
yeah, of course
Just
I want
start with cheese.
Of course I want cheese, dude. It's a cheeseburger. Of course I want cheese. I don't want you just jamming lettuce on there. Like
It's not like cheese is this weird like thing that's only like 20% of the population
they
likes
don't
on their
even do
burger.
anything special. It's not even like they have a good sauce or like some
No.
kind of ingredient that makes it awesome. It's just a burger. I don't get it.
Yeah. Here's this meat with a bunch of toppings that are junky.
Kenzo said, give us the other story too. All right, fine. We'll give you the other story too. We don't care. All right, let's roll. We got one more story. This was the final story. Australian man breaks the world record. He spent 2.5 hours in an ice bath. Apparently, Guinness Book is checking into it and see if they can actually give this guy the record because apparently they weren't there, but he did record it. Apparently, he has broken this record before.
His own record by 30 minutes.
Owned by 30 minutes. So he spent, what was it, 2.5 hours and 50 seconds? Fascinating for me. Just as far as the human body goes, for you to spend 2.5 hours in ice would kill, I would say, 99% of the population.
Yeah, it said he used 440 pounds of ice. So he's just like, it's not like ice water. It's
Yeah.
literally like he's encased in ice.
I also wonder, like I said, you said that he beat his own record. So he had to, like, I don't want to say like chicken out, but he had to throw the white flag, so to speak, and say, I'm out of this thing. I wonder, like, when does that, because, right, okay, you got to understand he's probably pushing it, right? He's probably pushing it right to that edge. Well, where is the edge? Like, where do you think it gets to the point where
he
they
dies.
they're not taking him out after he's dead? Like, you did it, dude.
He's the winner. Bernie, weekend of Bernie style. Bernie is like king of the ice bucket challenge. Like, he's just like, man, he doesn't even flinch.
This dude's been here 3.5 years.
yeah, it's really well preserved.
Yeah. So I wonder, though, seriously, like, what do you think it takes for them to pull him out? Do you think they're actually just monitoring his body temperature and just say, like, yank him out?
Yeah, I would imagine there's got to be all sorts of sensors involved.
Yeah.
But if this is something he does regularly, he's probably pretty aware of when he's in trouble.
Like he's fully shutting
Yeah.
down. Yeah, I don't even know what that feeling would feel like, but I would imagine you train for this all the time. I can't imagine that's even really good for your body, putting you to the brink of failure all the time.
No.
I guarantee maybe lost some limbs. I just thought that was interesting. I've seen David Blaine do it before in something similar.
Yeah, David Blaine hung from a balloon. You care?
No, not even a little
Nobody
bit.
cares.
Nobody
Waving.
cares.
Do some magic.
Yeah, David
that
Blaine,
people
did you
like.
guys hear about this? He freaking hung on a bunch of balloons and went flying through the sky, and people were all blown away. And I was like, he had a parachute on. Like, he didn't even do anything. He just, like, flew through the sky and then fell off and pulled the parachute. I'm like, I feel like I've seen way cooler stunts in this guy. David Blaine, you're letting me down, bro. Like,
I was way more impressed when he was like telling people what card they picked.
make the balloons disappear or something,
Yeah.
man. Give me something, dude. Yeah, I would much rather you pull a card out of my ass than float around on some balloons near me.
I don't need to see Up in real life. Like,
Yeah.
I want to see magic. I want to see card tricks,
I want
bro.
to like open my yearbook and you're there for some
Yeah, I
reason.
know. You and I are like buddies.
Yeah.
Like we won some award together, like
That's-
best smile or something.
That's
Like,
what I want.
Yeah.
I'm in your yearbook. You're like, wait a minute. That's what I want. So anyway, guys, we're gonna wrap it on that. 6 minutes till kickoff. So I'm gonna let you guys go. Man, I have had a blast today as always, man. I hope you guys had fun with the Two Dumb Idiots here. We will be live again Monday, man. We're gonna have another good show. The weekend always provides us with some really great articles.
Do we want to make a bet on this game right now?
I can't think of anything awesome, but I will. If you have something, say it. I will say.
I don't know. Silly hat or something for Monday.
Yeah. All right. We'll pick the winner right now. You want the Chiefs?
I'll take the Chefs.
You take the Chefs. I'll take the Houston. Whoever loses got to start this next show with a dumbass hat. I will absolutely do that. Real quick, I gotta plug the show. I'm sorry, guys. I know people hate plugs, but if you like the show, if you've watched a few times, Joe, if you're still, I appreciate you've thrown some nice shouts. Jason, you've done the same thing. Share it with your friends. Let people know that you like it. That's all we ask. Really, it's hard for us to get word of mouth outside of your own kind of 6 degree separation, your own friends. So if you guys like it, maybe tell a friend. That's all we really ask. Appreciate you guys hanging in. Derek, I really appreciate that, man. You're a beast.
Yeah, love it. Travis, appreciate the subscription, buddy.
Yeah. You guys have been great.
Killing
Paul,
it.
Paul, as always, you're a beast. Thanks for. I know Paul got off work, so you had to come in here late. So you're a rock star for even showing up. Man, I had a blast as always, man. We love doing this, guys. So let people know, and we will keep pumping you guys full of weird ass stories, man. Appreciate it. I'm Nick,
I'm Kevin.
and we are the Two Dumb Idiots.
Yeah, I mean, I've been called dumb once or twice in my life.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, and definitely check out our podcast wherever podcasts are podcasting.